Hi, good morning, grade 11 class. It's the first day of school back in 2020, and in true 2020 fashion, it's an unusual day. So, just to go over what's going to happen today, if you're in class, your cohort A, I'm going to be in person going through some of the new procedures, et cetera, to do with the cohort reopening of school. And if you're at home, I'm going to be recording probably towards the end of the day more what we did, as well as a little preemptive thing like I'm doing now. So let me just go through some of the stuff. By the way, welcome back if I didn't say that. So on our school page, right in the middle there is the Ann Meyer Return to School Guide, which we're going to be going over in a bit of detail. And so when I click on that, there's some links on how to stay informed. If I scroll down here, okay. So here's a little message from our new principal, Mrs. Carruthers. Really, really wonderful person. I've gotten to meet her a bit at the start of this year, and I think we're going to have a really good year here. School is going to be different. Let's be honest. It's pretty much online learning with you get to see your teacher once a week for I'm going to treat it as a tutorial session and as a problem solving, answering questions. I'll use the in-person times where we can do some assessments and evaluations, although to be honest with you right now, they don't want us to hand out any textbooks or any computers. I think partly because we don't have all the textbooks and computers back, partly because there's the whole period of sanitization that we have to go through with some of the COVID-19 protocols. So that's all up in the air. So please bring a binder with lots of notebook paper. We're going to be handing in pretty much everything online through Google Classroom, and I'll go over more about that a little later. So if you're cohort A, have a look here. And so you're in person today. If you're period 1, and you're going to be stuck with me for 225 minutes. That's 3 hours and 45 minutes with a couple of breaks. Lucky you. So bring water, bring a refillable water bottle. The fountains are available for refilling, but the drinking fountains are not available. Bring snacks because that's a long time to go without any sustenance. And if you miss breakfast, you're going to be awfully hungry, and we don't have a proper lunch break. So that kind of hurts. But you can eat in class. We're going to have to maintain social distancing in the classroom. I don't know how that's going to look for doing labs because usually we partner up for labs, but I'll get more direction on that later. And if you're cohort B, then you are currently at home sleeping in and probably won't see this until afternoon. Good on you. Get that sleep. But I just want to tell you that we are all doing this together. Okay, we're all in this same storm, and we're going to weather it together. And I want to emphasize I'm there for you. I am here for you. My goal is for you to learn some physics and enjoy doing it as much as possible. It's a fascinating subject. I love it. I've always loved it. Understanding how things work and how you can predict the machinations of nature mathematically, to me, is just mind-boggling. So hopefully we're going to enjoy ourselves, learn a bit, and challenge ourselves and support each other in this whole process. So that's the schedule there. If we go back here, if you're cohort B, of course, it looks the same, only it just has you doing online learning today and in person on Thursday. So it's the same schedule, just one written for B, one written for A. Okay, so what am I trying to say? Make sure you have a look at this, go over it so that it helps you and your parents understand what the timings are and that kind of thing. If you get to school early, there's going to be supervised study halls, which are listed here. So grade 11s report to the from the bus to the gymnasium. So I don't know if you just have to stand there. I really don't know what's going to go on there. Online learning, we have D2L and Google Classrooms. I haven't really taken a poll, a formal poll, but I will this week. Google Classroom seems to be the faster, easier use. Most of my kids and the kids I've spoken to like it better. If you really prefer D2L, then we can talk about me putting some links in D2L to what we're doing at Google and vice versa. I found that D2L, although it's very functional, it takes a long time to go back and forth between different functions, and it doesn't always seem to work that well on every platform. So that's been my experience with it. Yours might be different. Okay, so this is just a little, this little sign in there is for you to figure out your timetable and what cohort you're on. And it'll give a little bit more about your scheduling. We're using a new attendance software called Aspen, and that will let me know which cohort you're in, and will just help you know which courses you have and when. And then some return to school details for the online learning, and we'll go over some of those today in class, and I will go over them in another screencastify at the end of the school day to kind of talk about what we emphasized. Big thing is, if you have textbooks from last year, please bring them in with you, and we can get those sorted out. Lots of supports available. So have a look if you need to get a hold of any of this kind of stuff. I know it's been very stressful for a lot of us. I didn't think that I was stressed, but I had a real issue with what I think is a stress-related atopical dermatitis on my hands. That's an ugly thing, but it just meant that my hands were raw and peeling, and I didn't know why. I'd never experienced that before. So it comes out in different ways. So these are the kind of things that you can look over in more detail as per need. Online learning, and this, you're going to be doing a lot of online learning, but this isn't the same as taking a proper online classroom. Again, I mentioned it last year. I've taken online courses. I took one through MIT with Mr. Koutsagianis. It was a fantastic experience, but you could tell that it took a team of IT professionals, many weeks and months of planning and coding to properly present this online course. And of course, we don't have that. We have essentially some basic online platforms. I don't know what kind of computer you have at home, etc. So I have to assume the minimum, and I will try to gear my technological approach, assuming that you have maybe no more than an iPad or perhaps a cell phone. So well, we might have to change those expectations as we go along. So this just gives you an idea how to access D2L on Google Classroom. You should have already gotten an email on your board email for my Google Classroom sign up, and I will be communicating to you through your board email. So please, if you signed up to Google Classroom with your personal email, you can also sign up with your board email, and I can just delete the account that has your personal email. So we want to do everything, board email wise. It's just more professional that way. Yeah, you have to do the COVID self-assessment before you come in. I have to do that. We all do, to keep each other safe. We all have to wear masks throughout the school day. And what can I say? It's just the way things are right now, and we're going to soldier on through them. There are certain entry zones that you have to take depending on your grade. I believe the grade 11s are coming in through here, and I'm not sure where the grade 9s and 10s are. So grades 9 and 11 go through the gym. Sorry, grades 10, 11 through the gym. Grade 9 is going in through the cafeteria. And then grade 12 goes in along the learning commons, sort of that side door in the parking lot. Righty. And then, yes, our DSBN website here, justdsbn.org, and you can email the school at anmeyer.dsbn.org. And yeah, it's our first day, and let's get at it. I'm looking forward to meeting half of you today, and I'll meet the other half of you on Wednesday, and we'll see how the flow goes. Thanks very much for enduring my poorly produced screencastify, and I hope to see you guys soon. All right, signing off.